love sneaks. My discotheque, Juliet, teenage dream. I felt it in my chest as she looked at me. I knew we were bound to be together, bound to be together. She took my arm, I don't know how it happened. We took the floor and she said, oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said, you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, ooh. is pay, 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 pay. Every single dime that good Lord give me, I can make it last 3, 4, 5 days. Living it up, but living down low, chasing that luck before I get old. And looking back, oh, we had some fun. Boy, run, 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 run. They tell you that the sky might fall. So I'll run until I hit that wall. Yeah, I learned my lesson, count my blessings up to the rising sun. Run, run, run. Yeah, one day when the sky might fall. Yeah, one day I could lose it all. So I run until I hit that wall. If I learn one lesson, count your blessings up to the rising sun. Run, run, run.
join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance Welcome to the graduation ceremony for Star Valley High School's class of 2025. I'm going to start out with a quick overview of what will be going on for the first half of this special night. But to begin, I need a picture of all graduates. So, after, we will have a tribute from our student body president, David Weiss, and then we will hear from our salutatorian, Macy Kennington, and valedictorian, Damian Burgess, and we'll have a music video from our orchestra, and we'll hear from valedictorian David Howe and valedictorian Anson Robinson. With that being said, I just wanted to congratulate all the other graduates for making it through these last 4 years. And to all the parents, I just want to say thank you for raising great kids and trusting this school to be a place of great learning for them. I've had many great memories that I will cherish forever. Thanks to all the teachers and coaches for helping guide us through this journey called life. The last thing I wanted to share with you was a prayer I would say before every sports game that I think applies to life. It's called the Athlete's Prayer. Lord, please clear my head of all distractions and my heart of all burdens I may bear, so I may perform my very best, knowing you'll always be there. Please lift me up before the moment, so through your eyes I may see and have a clear understanding as the game unfolds before me. With great courage, I will meet this challenge as you would have me to. All eyes are upon me, and when all eyes are upon me at the end of this game, I will turn their eyes to you, O Lord, and the glory of your name. Amen. I just want to let you guys know, no matter what your free pass you take, give it your all. Bring the same light, laughter, and kindness to the world that you shared with all those closest to you. And I pray that you all live happy, loving, and successful lives. Thank you.
I'd like to start out by pointing out that ChatGPT did not write this for me. So there's a little bit of hope left for this generation, I guess. Alright. Hello, my name is David Weiss, and or Vector, I guess. I'm going to start out with something pretty unconventional. I'm going to tell a story. Okay, here it is. I was raised in Utah. Please don't judge me. I moved here as a sophomore and attended Star Valley High School, and to be honest, I was kind of bullied as a sophomore. By the time I got to the end of my junior year, I decided that everyone deserves to feel needed and cared for. So I decided to dress up as Vector from Despicable Me. Oh yeah! And run for SBO president. And I actually won, which I didn't really expect. As the SBO president, I decided I would make as many people as I could feel special, needed, loved, and heard. I got a lot of tips from students and teachers alike. With this advice and the support and hard work of student council, I was able to plan, direct, and execute school events with up to 400 students in attendance. And I'm graduating. So why does my life matter to you? Like what do you learn from this? Let me tell you. I'm pretty sure we have all been treated poorly at least once in our lives, but way more than that for most of us. I'm certain we have all made mistakes, and they have been very embarrassing. Trust me, I know. Try walking around with orange pajamas and dancing in front of your peers for multiple days in a row. It gets a little awkward. So, in all my high school years, I've learned 3 things. Okay, maybe a few more, but I'll just focus on 3. 1, embrace it. Everyone feels stupid, awkward, silly, self-conscious, and so on at times in their lives. If you feel silly or whatever you're feeling, fill in the blank there. And just remember that everyone else is so nervous about how they appear, they don't really have time to focus on you. So if you look funny, just roll with it and make it a blast. 2, everyone has hard times. Some people think, man, that person has such a perfect life. Like, what am I doing wrong? Why is my life so hard? Well, that's a lie. I know it's a lie because I've cried myself to sleep many times, and I've had a lot of really difficult times in my life. And that's just the way it is. Life is hard. But it is a lot, let me stress that again, a lot easier if you reach out to those who might be struggling. When you focus on others, then you'll find your problems seem to be less important. And most of the time, those you reach out to are actually really struggling, and you actually make a really big difference to them. And as you reach out to those in need and lift them up, you will feel joy from a higher power. I've truly experienced that. And 3, get good friends. Life is hard, especially as an adult. Sorry to break it to you, but it's harder. But it's a lot easier with friends who love you for who you are. You do not deserve friends who treat you like crap. Nothing you have done makes it so you're worthy of people who tear you down. So, there are people out there who want to help you. So don't stick around friends who hurt you in any way. Go find true friends who want to help you achieve your eternal goals. And be that kind of friend. Be the one who compliments and praises them for the good they do. Don't point out their flaws. They know them, and pointing them out is a waste of time. It doesn't help anyone to say, hey, you did that wrong. Like I said, everyone's very self-conscious, and they most likely know they did it wrong. And so pointing it out is just going to hurt them. Okay, to close, embrace the chaos. Have a great time being weird. I'm really weird, so if you need tips, I can give you some. Hit me up afterward. Life is hard, so be the light to those around you. When you focus on others, then your problems will seem to decrease. You never know the amount of good that can come from a simple compliment or kind gesture. A simple compliment could be the reason why someone changes the entire direction of their life. So if you think someone could use a compliment, just say it. It's going to be helpful almost all the time. And if they don't like it, that's their loss. And there is always, I want to stress that again, always someone out there who loves you, cares about you, and wants to help you be the best you can. So, go find those people who want to help you be the best you can. And be that friend. The one who compliments those in need, or just compliments in general, and lifts up those around them. Thank you.
Today, as we gather to celebrate the impending doom of our high school careers and the culmination of countless hours spent studying, smiling, and self-improving, I am reminded of the wise words of Winnie the Pooh. How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. I am truly grateful for all the memories made and lessons learned this year, and for all the teachers who helped us grow, the coaches who motivated us to keep going, our bus drivers and administrators who endured our chaos and kept things running smoothly, and most importantly, our families who always believed in us and supported us every step of the way. This year, we learned so much more than trig identities and rhetorical crises, if anyone still remembers that. We learned to work hard and work together. It was so inspiring to me to see so many different people come together committed to a common goal. Whether it was in the classroom, a group project, a field, court, track, or stage, we showed up, at least most of the time. We put in long hours, faced many setbacks, lifted each other up, celebrated victories, and all of it together. Through the highs of super fanning, ace tests, dances, bus rides, and state championships, and the loads of 1159 essays, Friday school, sleep deprivation, and the senioritis pandemic, we embodied this year's theme, we're all in this together. But more than the friends, trophies, and math class trauma bonding, we helped each other become big. We didn't just accomplish our goals, our true sex was becoming disciplined, determined, and dependable. This brings to mind a quote by Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and famous psychiatrist, who said, "Success, like happiness, cannot be pursued. It must ensue, and it only does so as the unintended side effect of one's dedication to a greater cause." It's so easy to get swept up in the due dates, scoreboards, and social media likes, the numbers that matter but don't truly define us. The truth is, chasing success doesn't bring true happiness. True success happens unexpectedly while chasing worthy goals. It is the laughter in the locker room or bus ride, the lessons of discipline, resilience, and focus learned in academic effort. These are the things that matter in the long term. They fabricate our friendships, memories, and character. True success is defined by the people we become along the way, not the numbers that will be forgotten within the week. So as we go our separate ways, let us remember to focus on finding joy in the moment together. We've already proven that we're capable of great things, not just because of our epic procrastination skills, academic achievements, and athletic abilities, but because of the people we've become. Congratulations, class of 2025. We were all in this together. Thank you.
Fellows! We're alive. Woo! Class of 2025, what a year it's been. At the start of the year, the student council chose the perfect theme. We're all in this together. You might remember that iconic orientation assembly, where a bunch of brave students busted out the tacky high school musical dance number. But you know what? As cheesy as it was, that theme ended up being something real. Everywhere I've looked this year, I've seen it in action. Take the football team, whose motto was Mudita, joy and other success. Or the cross-country team with their ever-present theme of Ohana, which means family. You could see how those values carried them through strong seasons, created tight-knit teams, who carried out legendary three-peats. Or think about the pep band and student section, arguably the most spirited in Wyoming. With the student section who may or may not have unleashed gallons of baby powder into the sky at Jackson Stadium. That's commitment, that's togetherness. And it wasn't just sports. I heard about random students banding together to build things out in the woods, just for fun. That's unity too. We've also gotten to know our teachers well, maybe a little too well. We've learned which ones will tell you stories just long enough to distract from the day's assignment. Coach Clark, Stan, I'm looking at you. We've weathered school lockdowns together and figured out the best rooms to be stuck in. Coach Perry's for obvious reasons, and Mr. Wetzel's with his 37-tier defense system. We even found out how big of a ladies' man Coach Young is. And through it all, we've shown just how academically strong we are. I've had the honor of working next to Anson, David, and Macy, people who challenged me to do better and work harder. And then there's the 14 of you who earned a 4.0 GPA. Incredible. And the 46 more who earned a 3.8 or higher. Equally amazing. Let's not forget our amazing teachers who made it all possible, who pushed us and dealt with our shenanigans. But GPA isn't the whole story. Some of the hardest working students I know spent hours grinding homework between shifts, games, or responsibilities at home. Others helped their classmates in the shops or labs. No matter where we were, we pushed through together. And this right here is just the beginning. Whether you're headed off to college, a trade school, a mission, the military, or blazing your own path, you'll carry something powerful with you. The ability to build community, to lift others up, and to keep going when things get tough. We've learned to love the grind because we've done it with people we care about. We've become a family. And now we go into the world to find new families, new people to stand by, and new challenges to take on together. And if there's one piece of advice I can leave with you, it is, wherever life takes you, find that family. Be in life together, because when you are, there's no way to fail. As Ecclesiastes 4:9-10 reminds us, two are better than one, because they have good reward for their labor. For if they fall, one will lift up the other. Go, find that family, and thank you for being mine.
Let me run through a field in the night. Let me lift from the ground till my soul is in flight. Let me sway like the shade of a tree. Let me swirl like a cloud in a storm on the sea. Push me on my way. A dawning day. Wanna flow, wanna rise, wanna spill, wanna grow in a grove on the side of a hill. I don't care if the train runs late, if the checks don't clear, if the house blows down. I'll be up where the weeds run wild, where the seeds fall far from this earthbound town. And I'll start to soar. Watch me rain till I pour out. Catch a ship that'll sail me astray. Get caught in the wind, I'll just have to obey till I'm flying away.
Class of 2025, parents of the class of 2025, and that guy who drove here in that sweet Porsche, welcome. You know, parents, if you ask your kids where they had some of their best times in high school, it probably wasn't during the 3.5-hour fun of the ACT, the hype of school dances, or even the close calls in the student parking lot. It was probably in one of these things, a school bus. There really is a certain bonding power by spending a lot of time doing close to nothing of value with friends and teammates. Shout out to those in indoor track that know just what I'm talking about. And for you who are able to walk in and do homework during the rides, I still really admire you. There must be something about being involved that made these rides so memorable. Turns out, much to the delight of our science staff, that research shows that those involved turn out as better citizens and perform better academically. So as we move forward in life, graduates, I hope we can continue to stay connected with the communities and causes around us. I'm really grateful to be part of such a great Wyoming community filled with such genuinely kind and caring people. And as we leave the security of our amazing valley, I hope you can remember that yes, it's actually time to start locking your car every now and then. And I may lose some supporters on this one, but crick is actually pronounced creek. I'm confident that if the class of 2025 takes the good characters they've developed with them in high school out into the world, it'll be a brighter place. Remember the school motto, be kind. If you really think about those that you were friends with at the beginning of the year and have stayed friends with throughout, they're probably the people who are kindest to you. Well guys, the future can feel pretty overwhelming. Moving forward, a lot of us are filled with questions about the unknown. Questions like, will I get along with my coworkers? Will I make new friends in the future? And if my roots barely worked in high school, what chance do I have in college? In response, I want to echo the advice of Zig Ziglar that if you go out looking for friends, you're going to find them very scarce. But if you go out to be a friend, you'll find them everywhere. So as we head out into the world, graduates, don't worry so much about being the perfect people or about making friends. Instead, be that kind of person. Go out and lift others up. Be a friend, and you'll be amazed at who you find along the way. Thank you to all of these people up here, and so many more that I don't know enough back pictures of. High school was great for some, and less so for others. But the future is bright. Be kind, stay involved, remember what's most important, and go out to be a friend. Thank you to my parents, my family, our amazing God, our selfless teachers, and thanks to you, class of 2025. Good luck, and go Braves.
Well, friends, brothers and sisters, for I can confidently say now that you are my brothers and my sisters. In this moment of our achievement, I would like to express my gratitude for those that paved the way before us. In the slightly modified words of Isaac Newton, if we have come far, it is by riding on the shoulders of giants. I now extend a huge thank you to our parents, families, teachers, coaches, administrators, and faculty, to our great country and our great heritage. You have supported us through all, and by doing so, you have set up the foundations for the world of tomorrow. We recognize this great gift, and we will accept the mantle of responsibility that comes with it. We promise to carry on your legacy. Now I would like to address my fellow students. On this, the summit of our current achievement, we are faced with a world of chaos. Up to this point, choosing an aim was not that complicated. On the contrary, until now, our aim has almost constantly been provided for us with the expectation of obedience. Now we are expected to choose our own aim, to face our own great adventure. The world stretches out before us, the ever-distant horizon so great we can hardly hope to comprehend it. Despite the impossibility of the choices that face us now, and the passage of time requires us to select a path to follow and something at which to aim. So I'd like to explore a few of these with you. If our aim is to avoid pain, all we will ever do is run in fear. If our aim is to seek happiness, to seek pleasure, we will find much the same result. We will run from growth, love, and virtue. In short, we will destroy any chance we have at finding purpose and meaning. The avoidance of pain is not an aim at all, but an anti-aim, driving us away from anything we may hope to accomplish. Shoot for love, seek the truth, orient yourself to the greatest source of light. In short, aim up. Aim to fulfill your dizzying potential. Aim to become the best version of yourself. The only way to procure and pursue an aim is to shoulder as much responsibility as you possibly can. Will you fail? Yes. Will your transformation be difficult? Absolutely. Will your journey be painful? Certainly so. But know this is something worth hurting for. This is something worth bleeding for. This is something even worth dying for. And yes, indeed, I would say this is something worth living for. Brothers and sisters, our children and grandchildren, the unborn generations are crying out in desperation. We are the captains now. Where are we going to aim the ship? Our choices now will affect all of our descendants, for they are the heirs of our legacy. The future needs you. It only takes one generation to change the course of history. Please, aim up. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those great talks so far in the musical number. Next, we're going to hear from, you all know him, you love him, and Damien talked a little about him, but Mr. Young. And then after that, I hope we will hear from the orchestra. And then following that, we'll hear from Principal Hatterley. So, turn it over to Young.
Family, friends, staff, school board, administration, and most importantly, you, the graduates. It's a tremendous honor for me to be with you here tonight to help you celebrate an achievement that has been 13 years in the making. I'm honored that you allow me one last chance to address you as a group before you head out into the world. I'm so grateful for the opportunity that I have been blessed with to be your teacher, your coach, and your friend. Parents, I've loved to be able to spend so much of my life in the classroom, in the hallways, and on the field. For the past 4 years with your sons and your daughters, you have every reason to be proud of them. This class truly is uniquely special. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a historic class. In fact, this class has, together, built a strong resume to be considered as perhaps the greatest class in Star Valley history. In the classroom, on the stage, on the track field, mat, or court, you have excelled. Your cross-country, football, and girls wrestling teams have all three-peated as state champions this year. 3 of you are Gatorade Players of the Year for the state of Wyoming. A 4th was the Max Preps Player of the Year. 14 of you have committed to compete in collegiate athletics at the next level. 14 of you finished high school with 4.0 GPAs. 10 of you scored 30 or higher on the ACT, and 5 of you received the prestigious Daniel Scholarship. 59 of you graduated with an A- or higher overall GPA. This is an unprecedented class in Star Valley's 110-year history. You are truly once in a generation. With the time I have tonight, I hope to speak with you about the 3 most important pieces of advice I believe will set you up for a good life. You will never have more ability or power to determine the course of your life than you will have over the next 5 years. I believe that people of all ages can change, but no age group has a greater capacity for change than you do. And so I pass along to you the 3 best pieces of advice, all 2-word sermons I have gathered during my 42 laps around the sun. Number 1, be honest. For my mother, this was her number 1. She felt that dishonesty facilitates every single one of the ills in our personal lives and in society. If we were all just honest and genuine, we could eliminate so many of the problems that we see in our world. I worry for you and for the world you have been raised in during an era that some have labeled as the post-truth era, where every truth we don't like is labeled as fake, and the lies we enjoy aren't lies at all, but rather they're labeled as my truth. I fear kids growing up in a post-truth world are being taught that truth is flexible, that honesty is optional, and that winning or being loud matters more than being honest and real. Those of you that I've had in class or that I've coached have heard me preach the quote by George MacDonald: "To be trusted is a greater compliment than to be loved." We give love for free. There are many people in your life that you love unconditionally. There are also many people in your life that love you unconditionally. However, none of us trust unconditionally. You can probably think of a few people you love, but you don't necessarily trust. Trust must be earned. It must be maintained. It is a slow and ongoing process. Unfortunately, trust can be lost in a heartbeat. Like a tree that takes decades to grow, but can be cut down in moments, trust is gained in drops, but lost in buckets. Commit now to a life without justification or compromise in the issue of honesty. Please understand that honesty isn't just about not telling lies. It's about living with integrity, being accountable for your actions, doing what you say you will do, and having the courage to speak the truth even when it is uncomfortable. Be honest. Number 2, work hard. Thomas Edison taught, opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and it looks like work. I love that. However, I'm not just talking about working hard in the traditional sense. I also mean do hard things. Unfortunately, my generation, as we have become parents, we have been correctly accused of being snowplow parents, a term meant to describe the bad habit that we have of clearing the path for our children, insulating them from consequences, and removing obstacles in their way. This has not done you any favors, as we have robbed you of opportunities to develop work ethic, grit, and opportunities to learn how to navigate disappointment. Psychologist Angela Duckworth taught that the number 1 predictor of success is not race, it's not talent, it's not beauty, it's not benchmarks, 40-yard dash time, or even IQ. The number 1 predictor of success in all aspects of life, from sports to school to careers to relationships, is grit. Today, graduates, I extend an invitation for a lifelong commitment to be gritty. What is grit? It is defined as passion and perseverance for long-term goals. Success in life stands behind the cash register, asking for grit as the only acceptable form of payment. Adopt a necktie mentality where you determine your own destiny. I promise you, life is going to serve you up with opportunities to quit, to blame others, and to make excuses. Don't drink the poison. Don't be a victim. Don't wait for life to happen to you. Go out and make it happen. Winners make it happen. Losers let it happen. Mike Tyson famously said, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Be ready to work hard when things don't land in your lap, all gift wrapped up neatly with a bow. Be the kind of person who can be counted on to keep going when things get tough, who stays committed to your goals not just for a few days or weeks, but for months and for years. Don't give up when you face failure or frustration, because you will. Choose consistency over bursts of intensity, showing up and putting in the work even when no one is watching. Win in the dark, away from the spotlight. And above all, learn to love the process, not just the outcome. A little while back, I was skiing with my son Anson, who bragged at the end of the day that he had gone the entire day without falling down. I reprimanded him. That was not something to be proud of. You cannot get better if you never push yourself to your limit and beyond. It reminded me of an experience as a young Boy Scout when at the end of 3 days on the Salmon River, a few of my fellow scouts were awarded the Dryback Award for never wrecking their kayaks or flipping them over. I felt so betrayed, because those boys had avoided every rapid in the river. If you can't tell, I haven't quite gotten over the injustice. Life is not meant to be lived avoiding every risk. Seek out challenges. Try things you might not be good at. Apply for jobs you might not get. Compete against teams you might not beat. Don't shy away from things that are difficult. John Shedd said, "A ship in harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are built for." T.S. Eliot adds, "Only those who risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go." Again, number 2, work hard. Number 3, be kind. It's as simple as that. Sometimes I worry that, especially in the last 20 years, we've forgotten how to simply be kind to each other. Basic decency, grace, patience, empathy have started to feel like rare traits instead of everyday expectations. When asked what she considered to be the earliest sign of human civilization, famed anthropologist Margaret Mead did not point out the ruins of a temple in Mesopotamia. She didn't point out a broken pot in the Indus River Valley. Rather, she simply said, a healed femur. She went on to explain that in the animal kingdom, a broken leg meant death because you couldn't run from danger or get food and water. However, a healed femur was evidence that someone cared for the injured person, protected them, fed them, helped them recover. Civilization began not with tools or art, but with empathy, with compassion, with people helping each other. This, my young friends, is what makes us human. This, my young friends, is how you find happiness. In the Baha'i faith tradition, Satan is not a red guy with horns and a pitchfork in a fiery cave, but rather it is simply defined as the insistent self. Just plain selfishness. Isn't this what is preventing us oftentimes, all the time, from being kind? Isn't selfishness the enemy of empathy? We consume ourselves to the point that we cannot be bothered with others. We cannot be merciful with others. We cannot be happy for others. The theme of our football season, Damien already mentioned, a word that is inscribed on our championship rings, the Hindu word mudita, a word that means vicarious joy. Mudita describes the ability to be happy for other people, the opposite of jealousy, the opposite of resentment. Teddy Roosevelt taught, comparison is the thief of joy. Over the last half century, the rate of narcissism has steadily risen in the United States, while depression and anxiety have surged right along with it, suggesting a culture increasingly focused on self may be leaving more people disconnected, uncertain, and emotionally unwell. In a society increasingly obsessed with self-esteem and self-care, we've ironically become more anxious, more isolated, and less fulfilled, being chasing self without connection leaves us empty. I share this old proverb a lot because I love it so much, and I find so much wisdom in it. If you want to be happy for an hour, eat a steak. If you want to be happy for a day, go golfing. If you want to be happy for a week, go on a cruise. If you want to be happy for a month, buy a car. If you want to be happy for a year, win the lottery. But if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, spend it serving other people. Number 3, be kind. When my oldest children were young, every day on my way to work, I would drop them off at school. Whether it was at Thane Elementary or Starline Middle School, every morning, the message I gave them as they got out the door of the car was the same. Remember who you are and what you stand for. Be honest, work hard, be kind. The same 3 pieces of advice I've given to you here tonight. And they're the same ones I've given to my children nearly every single day of their academic lives for over a decade. Be honest, work hard, be kind. It is a message I still tell them every morning, including this very morning when I left the house and I yelled down the stairs at them while they were getting ready. Remember who you are and what you stand for. Be honest, work hard, be kind. These very same values, trust, love, commitment, are the core values of Star Valley football. Those 3 words are on the back of every single one of our practice jerseys. Trust, love, commitment. Sound familiar? Be honest, work hard, be kind. As if that wasn't enough, I had 2 older sisters, and I remember my mother telling them decades ago that they could find happiness and make a marriage work with any man, just so long as he was kind, he worked hard, and he was honest. It was only recently that I noticed the similarity of the themes and connected the dots between the speech to my kids every day, the core values of Braves football, and my mother's counsel to my sisters. Each of those evolved independent of each other, leading me to believe that love, trust, and commitment may in fact be the roadmap to a happy life. Class of 2025, I've spent a lot of time with you over the last 4 years. I can truly say that I love you, and I'm proud of you. You are amazing young people with bright futures. The world is a better place because each of you is in it. I deeply want the best for you. Tonight I feel in a way like I get to drop you all off. Not at the door of an elementary school like I used to my kids, but rather at the door to the rest of your lives. And so my message is to you, just the same as it has been and forever will be to my own children. Remember who you are. Remember what you stand for. Be honest, work hard, be kind. Thank you.
Thanks for the whistle. It's been a while since I've had one of those. Thank you, students, for your remarks. You're going to hear some common themes here, and I'm grateful that to some degree we're all on the same page. Thank you, Mr. Young, Mrs. Allred, and Mrs. Barber for your parts in this ceremony as well. It's amazing at the moment, just the view that's around us. Behind me at Dry Creek, we're still looking at snow. Also, over here, we're up Swift Creek, we're looking at a little bit of snow. The star over here on the East Hills, it was placed there 101 years ago by the graduating class of 1924. It was recently rebuilt last year by Mr. Merritt and his group of welders. It's amazing. We live in a great state, we live in a great nation, and we certainly live in a great community. Behind me, this photo by Mrs. Jana Walker reminded me of that. One morning, this was one of those cold mornings as she was walking into school and the buses were getting ready to pull in, and just a great photo there of Star Valley High School and the great and wonderful place that we live. Congratulations, class of 2025. I'm impressed, grateful, and honored to have spent the time here with you at Star Valley High School. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the student body officers that they asked me to say a couple of words. They asked me to their motto for this year was, "We're all in this together." So as I thought about that and thought about how to anchor some of my thoughts to that, my first thought was to go back to the class of 2025 of what you were doing in 2020. So here's a photo, which some of you will recognize, of what things look like in 2020. In this picture, you will notice most of you were there. You were there along with the grade under you, and things were a little bit different. A lot has changed. Some things have probably remained the same, but it's been awful great for me to be on this journey with you. Now, as we talk about that we're all in this together, and as I've said, things change and things stay the same, I've got some photos here of our administration. And I'll let you figure out who's who in that. But there's Mr. Erickson, Mr. Frazier, Mrs. McGinley, and myself. When we were where you were in 2020. So at this age, we were either 8th graders or freshmen making this same journey. And I know that may seem a little odd, but for us, it really truly doesn't seem like it was that long ago. And for us, it was our story, and now you are having yours. And what a great path that we've been on. I'm going to be echoing and repeating some of the same things that were said before. A couple of things I'd like to say to you. Be safe. Work hard. Those two things will serve you over and over again. And then have a little bit of fun along the way. Life is meant to be joyous, and life is meant to have some fun. So try not to forget that. There's been a bunch of great quotes that have been given here tonight. One that I'd like to share by Winston Churchill. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. And this courage and also confidence. If there's one thing I felt like as I worked at the middle school and as I work here at Star Valley High School, that the greatest thing that we can do as teachers and staff is that as our kids leave us, is they are confident and have some courage as they go on to the next step. As I wrap up some of my thoughts here, and as I go back to our student body officers and their theme for this year, we're all in this together. Graduates, if you just please take a second and look behind you. And then look over into the football bleachers on both sides. 2 days ago, many of you helped us. We put 1,200 chairs on the football field. Now, I'm currently not sure how many people are sitting in the stands. Mr. Erickson could probably help me out with that.
But right now, we're certainly sitting over a couple of thousand people, and they all have one purpose here. That is to support you and show you how much they care for you and love you. Just as our staff that's over here on the east side is here for the same reason. So if there's one message that I would like ask that you leave here tonight with, is that you are cared for and that you are loved. Thank you for the time that you've allowed me to spend with you while you've been here at Star Valley High School. At this time, I'd like to change the program. I'd like to go to our honorary diploma, and then we'll do the presentation of the graduates. So tonight, here in front of me, we have placed an additional chair with our graduates. This represents former classmates who started this journey with us, but unfortunately were not able to be here tonight. Along with this, we would like to honor one of our teachers who also is not able to be here. You will be greatly missed. On behalf of the class of 2025, will you please join me in a moment of silence and remember them. Thank you. Okay, now we'll move on to our presentation of you graduates. Superintendent Erickson, Lincoln County School District Number 2 Board of Trustees. As principal of Star Valley High School, I certify that every student in this class who's receiving a diploma has met the graduation requirements of Lincoln County School District Number 2. Chairman Simpson, it is my pleasure to present to you the class of 2025.
It is a pleasure to be here this evening on behalf of the Lincoln County School District Number 2 Board of Trustees. We have been taught well tonight, and I just wanted to re-emphasize just for a brief second what we've been taught. David taught us, be kind. Macy taught us true happiness and success, joy in the moment. Damien taught us we're all in this together. David taught us that a creek is actually a creek. A creek is actually a creek. I don't know which way it is. He taught us that anyways. He also taught us go out and be a friend. And Anson taught us aim up. And then we were taught by Mr. Young about being honest, working hard, and being kind. I want to share a really quick story with you that just happened to me recently that came to mind as I listened to these speakers. 2 weeks ago I had a chance to run in the Ogden Marathon. And I noticed something that when I ran that really reminded me of a lesson I learned when I was little. If any of you have participated in a marathon or a race like that, there's aid stations that come along the way. And in those aid stations, there is sweet treats, fruits, some honey packets, things of that nature. There's also Gatorade and water that you can grab along your run. All of these things are to help you sustain the physical body in the race. Well, I noticed something interesting. Whether I chose to take any of those drinks or not, as I ran through those aid stations, my pace was higher for about a quarter to a half a mile after I ran through those aid stations. And at first I thought maybe it was that energy that I was getting, but I soon found out that it didn't matter whether I took an energy source or not, it still was the same way at about that half a mile mark, and I had to slow myself down before I burnt myself out. And I soon realized that it was the 20 to 30 people that were at the aid station. You could hear them about a half a mile before you got there, and you could hear them a half a mile you got past them. It didn't matter if you were slow, fast, walking, running. They would cheer like you were the best thing on the planet Earth. And as you came through that station, my pace would just pick up. As we've been taught tonight, the one thing I can share and reemphasize is be kind. We live in a world that social media, we can be mean to other people without ever being in their face, and it's just not right. We need to be kind to each other. Principal Erickson, or Superintendent Erickson, Principal Hatterley, family and friends, on behalf of the Lincoln County School District Board of Trustees, we gladly and proudly accept these graduates. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Chairman Simpson. At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Erickson up here. He and I will be presenting the diplomas to the graduates. So we practiced this morning. As we stand, graduates, we're going to go over here to the west, and then we'll file it through here as we hand you your diplomas. So we're all going to stand on 3. 1, 2, sorry, everybody, this is a very large class we've got here today.
Daniel Aguilar. Hayden Charles Allred. Ariane Andres Munoz. Alexis Marie Angel. Ryan Dana Astle. Caitlin Olivia Bach. Austin Taya Bagley. Ammon James Baird. Kasia Bame. Rex Barclay. Benton Grant Barkdale. Rogelio Paredo. Noah Ryan Ballison. Cash Curtis Basil. Keaton Bo Beasley. Paxton Trace Beebe. Zachariah K. Belknap. Tyler James Bodley. Madison Ray Bookout. Molly May Bradley. Jason Warren Brasso. Gunnar Thomas Brogue. Brooklyn Brown. Hannah Catherine Brzezinski. Grant White Buchanan. Damian J. Burgess. Olivia Grace Burnham. Jace Graham Burton. Colia Marie Burton. Atlee Ray Button. Carlton Levi Bird. Emily Call. Garrett Michael Carlson. Kaya Jean Chapel. Eleanor Pearl Christensen. Wilson Andrew Clevenger. Dewey Kate Collard. Abby Nicole Cook. Ticey Lou Cooper. Bradford Cottam. Charlotte Esther Crook. Emily Sophia Dana. Owen Thomas Dana. Aiden J. Decora. Chance Michael Dawkins. Cash J. Dunn. Blake Derek Philip Dutton. Caden Paul Edwards. Braxton White England. Eliza Jane England. J.C. Hunter England. Kyler Blair Erickson. Riley Jared Erickson. Brandon Flores. Tanner Scott Flukiger. Vale Ray Foreman. Anna Formizano. Zane Whitlock Franklin. Shayla E. Frazier. Hudson Oaks Frome. Lauren Teresa Green. Skylar Green. Anna Elizabeth Hatterley. Brock Judson Hatterley Major. Brighton Ferris Hatterley. Mikhail Hatterley. Adam Joseph Hale. Weston Wade Hamburg. Parker Harris. Spencer R. Heiner. Aiden Nathaniel Heiss. Benjamin D. Hepworth. Cashley Carol Hepworth. Jacob Rex Hepworth. Matthew Eric Haywood. Hiram Laval Hershey. Brian Corey Hokinson. Daxton Paul Holtby. Harmon Hill Hood. Jordan Afton Horsley. David Wallace Howe. Anthony Thomas Hubbard. Lane Russell Hubbard. Hannah E. Hunsaker. Daryl Ray Hunting. Lane Bruce Hunting. Kinsey Elaine Hurd. Lindsay May Hurd. Mildred Ann Hyde. Callie Marie Imeson. Aisley Lynn Ivy. Dawson Cray Jacquard. Brenley Jenkins. Atricia Nadine Jensen. Cambry Elaine Johnson. Keston Katie Johnson. Kimberly Ann Johnson. Logan Benjamin Johnson. Tori Ty Johnson. Ashlyn Calgren. Dylan Jane Calgren. Macy Ray Kennington. Aaron Kim. Ebony G. King. Ron Muir Kean. Shelby Lynn Kisling. Jaden Gerald Coons. Cooper Joe Lawson. Harrison Anthony Littell. Bridger Evan Mackey. Coulter Tristan Martinson. Wyatt Yeager Martini. Aaron Rodney Maybe. Nellie Louise Mays. Cooper Melvin McClure. Smith Fielding McClure. Kamari Bryn McCormick. Riker Aaron McCormick. Riker J. McIntyre. Kelly Elizabeth Meekins. Kenna Renee Merritt. Kylie Merritt. Cameron Lloyd Mickelson. Addison May Meisner. Kyle F. Mobley. Hayden Cruz Morgan. Catherine Jewel Nichols. Bryson Blair Neal. Paisley Ann Neild. Seth Neild. Tate Emmett Norris. Alexis Kimberly Oliver. Daphne Olson. Cassidy Osmond. Andrew Stephen Palmer. Leah Courtney Penny. Madeline Marie Perry. Corbin James Peterson. Bowen Paul Peterson. Shay Lynn Peterson. Melanie Piliado. Gabe Ryan Potter. Emily Elizabeth Putnam. Caden Aaron Rainey. Jonathan Ramirez. Alex Kathleen Rasmussen. Dawson Leo Reese. Julio Cesar Reyes Cortez. Jordan Valerie Roberts. Hallie Patrice Robertson. Anson Call Robinson. Payson Clay Robinson. Alexis Faye Rock. Rebecca Rodriguez Zapata. Dayton Lee Schwab. Caitlin Kelly Schwab. Tessa Camille 70. Carson Cooper Shaner. Isabel Faye Silva. Quinn Riggin Simpson. Kali Nicole Sitter. Amberly K. Smith. Paisley Michelle Smith. Kason Mikan Spalding. Carly Morgan Steed. Kelby Kakoa Stevens. Trace Tell Stevens. Anaya Lorraine Antonia Stewart. Tayson Jet Stoker. Sean Adam Stout. Lucy Palmer Strasburg. Madison Sue Sturgar. Michelle Rose Stuckey.
Is this thing on?
Mercedes Dawn Suter. Theodore James Taft. Andrew Benjamin Taylor. Gage Daniel Moore Terrace. Ty James Thompson. Grant Theodore Thompson. Nathan Lee Timmons. Anthony James Tittenser. Tayson Hal Tittenser. Dallas Cameron Tolman. Emilio Cesar Torres. Brianna Turner. Ashley Abigail Urias. Prescott Hyde Beagle. Donna Paula Villa. Jade Race Waldron. David Abraham Weiss. Hobby Joseph Wetzel. Kennedy Ruth Wheeler. Tori Ann White. Bridger Juan Wolfley. Emma Sue Wolfley. Brooke Lynn Wolobeck. Luke James Wolobeck. Samantha Ray Wood.
Ladies and gentlemen, could we please give our graduates another round of applause? We'll now turn the time over to our senior class president, Jace Burton.
My dearest friends, faculty, families of the graduates, thank you again for being here tonight to celebrate the accomplishments of us students. I have a short remark, and then it will be time to turn our tassels. I love the story of Icarus, first told over 2,000 years ago. It is among the most famous and recognizable throughout Greek mythology and pop culture. Icarus's father was a brilliant inventor and a craftsman who created 2 sets of wings made from feathers and wax. As the story goes, against his father's warning, Icarus flew too close to the sun. His wings melted and he fell to the earth. History has labeled him as reckless, just a stupid boy, a symbol of disobedience and overambition. My fellow students, Icarus soared too close to the sun. He was a boy who had the opportunity to fly and took full advantage. He dared to soar higher than anyone else in human history. Kissing the sun before his fall, Icarus wanted to fly so badly it became all-consuming. He gave everything for it. I thank the teachers, mentors, and friends who brought us to this moment. We have been given our wings of wax and feather. I urge you all to be like Icarus. Dare to kiss the sun, dare to truly fly before we inevitably fall. Once a brave, always a brave. So wherever you go next, dare to be a brave. Thank you. Now I'd like to release the teachers to go to the end of the chairs to form the tunnel. And we'll give them a minute to do that. Alright, students. Once you have turned your tassel and thrown your cap, and then retrieved your caps, you can go through the middle and down the teacher tunnel. And then parents and friends, you are welcome to take pictures and all of those good things on the far end of the football field after that. So, everybody, make sure your tassel is on the right-hand side. So, that everyone knows. Yeah, I think we're ready. Students, will you please rise? You may now move your tassel to the left. Congratulations, class of 2025.
You don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you built a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, you're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. Hey, the only way you can know, you give it all you had. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. Hope when the moment comes,